Seventh-day Adventists. And so we have a mission. Our task is to share the Adventist mission. What is the Adventist mission? Is it preaching the three angels' messages? Is it sharing the Sabbath truth? Is it sharing the traditional Adventist view regarding the time of the end? Yes. But what is the bottom line? I believe it is the fact that we are preaching a Christian message. Our message is about Christ, about who He is, what He did for us, what He will do for us in the future. The Adventist mission is therefore, in the first place, leading people to conversion, leading people to become followers of Jesus Christ, helping people to lead a Christ-like life. In other words, it is leading people to the truth with a capital T, for Christ said that He is the truth. Too often we forget the fact that belonging to the truth I knew something was happening behind me. And it's not exactly good for one's concentration. So, too often we forget that bringing people to the truth with a capital T, to Christ, is more than convincing them of all of our 28 fundamental doctrines. We have talked about that this weekend. And yes, I am convinced that we need doctrines. They form, as it were, the grammar of our faith. They are not the same of our faith as our faith, but they help us to speak about our faith, to construct what we really believe in. There is a rational aspect to religion. And Bible-based propositions need to be presented in such a way that people see they belong logically together. But the primary question is, when we talk about doctrine, do these doctrines make me a better human being? Do I, because what I believe, do I become a more pleasant, a more tolerant, a more attractive human being because I believe in all these doctrines? In other words, do these doctrines give me a Christian heart? As we are here, I think we all want to be disciples of Christ, representatives of Christ. What makes us that? The answer is not primarily what we know, but primarily what we are. Well, we are witnesses. Where? In Jerusalem, in Samaria, Judea, and to the ends of the world. That's true for us. Our mission starts at home, with our partner, our children, our family, not by preaching to them, but by being a good person, known for our integrity, known for our generosity, known for our ability to share love. That is, in the end, what attracts people to us. Ellen G. White said in her book, Ministry of Healing, the strongest argument in favor of the gospel is a loving and lovable Christian. Unfortunately, the reality is that many of our church members are not loving and lovable Christians. And that hinders our mission. Because our challenge is to be a loving and lovable Christian. That's where it starts. Many of our churches in Western Europe have plateaued in their membership. They have more or less remained the same over the last 20-25 years. There is +3 and -2 in one year, and the next year there is +2 and -3. And that's about how it goes. And we see a graying of the church, and people who are even doing more badly than just graying. We face problems. Yes, we have groups that do not work together. There is polarization, there is fighting. We indicated that, unfortunately, many people leave the church after they've been with us for a little while. Compare that with the situation a few decades ago. People stayed because it was the truth. Today, people often leave and they say, I am not leaving, but the church has left me. But some churches in the Western world are indeed growing. Are they growing because they're well organized? Because they have good programs also for children, easy parking, and a good pastor? These factors are important. But the key factor is in these churches, the atmosphere. These churches are not just groups of people who happen to be Adventists and believe in all the doctrines. Yes, they are important to them, but these churches are communities of believers. They are warm, spiritual, they are inclusive with regard to age, ethnicity, culture, and gender diversity. They are churches where all are welcome, all are respected and feel they are okay. They feel at home because they can be who they are. They are allowed to ask questions. They are allowed to grow spiritually at their own speed. Christians in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Churches in this conference must resemble the Church of Philadelphia, about which we read in Revelation 3. The church of the brotherly and sisterly love. We call ourselves often Laodicea. But there is nothing in the Bible that suggests that we should be Laodicea. In fact, when early Adventism talked about the Revelation, they decided that these 7 churches were 7 distinct periods. And they believed, when the church started, that they were living in the period of Philadelphia. And the period of Laodicea was something in the future. Only later, in our interpretation, we shifted that we are Laodicea. There is no reason why we should stay with that interpretation. We can be a Philadelphia church. We can be the kind of church that is open to people, that attracts people. And so that is what I want to say at the end of this small talk. Let's do everything we can to make our local church a place where people want to come and want to stay. Where people feel they can belong. That they belong to a community of truth in Christ. a community of love. Thank you for listening to me this weekend. Thank you for having me here. God bless you all.